Good morning, class. Today we will discuss new chapter in history, socialism in Europe and Russian Revolution. In this chapter we will discuss meaning of socialism and how socialism ideology spread in European countries and who were liberals, conservatives and radicals. Today, my first point is what is socialism? Children, please understand this word is very important. Socialism. Socialism means common ownership. Everybody having the right to participate in decision. Clear? Now, history of socialism. How socialism origin in European countries. The French Revolution opened up the possibility of creating a dramatic change in a way in which society was structured. Hopefully you understand, after French Revolution 1789, European country learned socialism from France. The beginning, the age of the social change. Before the 18th century, society was broadly divided into estates and orders, and it was the aristocracy and the church which controlled economy and social power. Suddenly, after the revolution, after French Revolution, it seemed possible to change this. In many parts of the world, including Europe and Asia, new ideas about individual rights and who controlled social power began to be discussed. Hopefully you understand, before 18th century society divided into three parts: upper part, middle and lower. After French Revolution, people discuss how power distributed between people. They want to end aristocracy or monarchy system from European countries. Now we will discuss who were liberals. One of the group which looked to change society were the liberals. Liberals wanted a nation which tolerated all religions. Liberals also opposed to uncontrolled power of dynastic rulers. They wanted to safeguard the right of individuals against governments. They argued for a representative elected parliamentary government. Clear? However, they were not Democrats. They did not believe in universal adult franchise. They felt men of property mainly should have the right of vote. They also did not want to vote for women. Hopefully, you understand who were liberals. Now, we will discuss who are radicals. Radicals wanted a nation in which government was based on a majority of a country's population. Many supported women's suffragette movements. Unlike liberals, they opposed the privileges of great landowners and wealthy factory owners. They were not against the existence of private property but disliked concentration of property in the hand of a few. Hopefully you understand who were radical. Now we will discuss who were conservatives. Conservatives were opposed to radicals and liberals. After the French Revolution, however, even conservatives had opened their minds to the need for change. Earlier in the 18th century, conservatives had been generally opposed to the idea of change. By the 19th century, they accepted that some changes was necessary but believed that the past had to be respected and change had to be brought about through a slow process. Children, please understand, conservative also believe that society need changes but changes had to be brought about through a slow process. Clear? Now we will discuss industrial society and social change. These political trends were sign of a new time. It was a time of profound social and economical changes. It was a time when a new cities came up and the new industrialized regions developed. Railway expanded and the industrial revolution occurred. Industrialization brought men, women, and children to factories. Work hours were often long and wages were poor. Unemployment was common, particularly during times of low demand for industrial goods. Housing and sanitation was problems since towns were growing rapidly. Liberals and radicals searched for solution to these issues. Hopefully you understand, during the 18th century it was the condition of factory workers. Their wages were low, their condition was very bad. Now this lecture is complete. I will continue this chapter in my next video.